everybody, I'm Brandon. Today I'm about to do a video from United Gangs TV. What? This one right here is titled Sports Stars Affiliated with Gangs. Y'all requested it, don't trip you now. I got y'all. There's a channel called United Gangs TV. I mean, I guess that's a good thing because you want the gangs to unite. But still, don't glorify that culture, bro. Don't glorify that culture. Being a gangbanger, that shit ain't cool. I grew up in the hood. I grew up South Central LA. I grew up on Western and 80th. I lived there the first 15 years of my life. So I grew up around that. That's not cool. You don't need to gangbang. Like, anyway, I'm not here to preach to none of y'all. I'm gonna hop into this video. It's a long video. It's 11 minutes. So if I have anything to say, I'm just gonna talk over the video. I'm not gonna pause this one. All right, let's hop on into it. Hopefully my camera don't die. It's about to die, y'all.
Sports stars affiliated with gangs.
Yeah, let me hear this.
In the world of American sports, especially when it comes to basketball and football, the ties between athletes and some of the country's biggest criminal associations are stronger than we could imagine.
That's because
Just
of the
like
areas
many
they
kids
grew
in
up in.
low-income areas dream of escaping gang-related violence through a sports scholarship, many of those who made it maintain relationships with old friends and associates, some of which might still be in a gang. On top of that, fans and detractors love to discuss each player's possible gang affiliation.
I'm mad y'all got him throwing up a seat.
The internet is full to bursting with sites, forums, and YouTube channels where people analyze what a star does in hopes of finding something that can confirm or deny their suspicions. Still, exactly to what extent can ties to a famous street gang affect the career of a top league athlete? In the next few minutes, we will take a look at 8 sports stars that are allegedly affiliated with a US criminal gang and try to understand just how much this might have influenced their lives in the long run. Number 8. DeMar DeRozan and the Corner Pocket Crips. One of the many children of the early 90s, born into the dangerous neighborhoods of Compton, California.
Oh shit, my nigga is from Compton,
DeMar DeRozan
I forgot.
has often been associated with the infamous Compton Crips. The African-American gang violently ran the city for most of the late 20th century.
Just because he grew up there don't mean he banged.
Marked by the occasional shootings and intimidation, was well known to anybody living nearby. In several of the interviews he's given throughout his career, DeRozan has often talked about his early years as a basketball player and how hard it was to grow up in Compton. He has been known to mention several close relatives who lost their lives to street violence, and even spoke of how his evident talent on the court encouraged various thugs to spontaneously protect him.
That's what's
Based on that, the occasional Crip signs he throws up in the air to celebrate successful plays might be a memento to times gone by, or may even hide a deeper connection with his hometown's criminal underworld. Number 7. Monta Ellis and the Gangster Disciples.
I never heard of them.
Hailing from Jackson, Mississippi, professional basketball player Monta Ellis remains a particularly important source of inspiration for many younger kids in low-income neighborhoods. He led a successful 14-year-long career and collected a number of accolades, including having been named the NBA Most Improved Player in 2007, only 2 years after being drafted into the prestigious league.
Okay.
At the same time, however, several people believe Monta Ellis to be secretly associated with the Gangster Disciples, one of the biggest African-American gangs in the United States. The GD tattoo on his right arm and the 6-pointed star on his left one, as well as a particular handshake he performs on the court from time to time, have fueled the flames of speculation. Regardless of these hints, Ellis is often considered one of the nicest players in the NBA and has never been charged with a crime. It is possible that his affiliation with the Gangster Disciples might be nothing more than a hoax.
Exactly.
Number 6. Javaris Crittenton in the Mansfield Gangster Crips.
I don't even know who
Ever
that
since
is.
his fall from grace following the murder of a 20-year-old woman, whom he had mistakenly targeted during a...
Sorry, the camera died. I had to recharge it for a little bit just so I could finish this video. But let's hop back into it.
Basketball star turned criminal Javaris Crittenton has been at the center of many a scandal. Among the most discussed details of this athlete's personal life is his alleged affiliation with the Mansfield Gangster Crips. According to the rumors, Crittenton may have joined the criminal group in 2013, right after he was taken on by the Lakers and years after his first run-ins with the law. Later that year, the athlete was also indicted alongside several known drug traffickers, some of which have been accused of selling large quantities of cocaine and marijuana. In the case of Javaris Crittenton, however, his alleged affiliation with the Crips remains a secondary issue. The man was officially sentenced to 23 years in jail for the murder of Julian Jones and will unlikely leave prison before 2036.
Damn, bro.
Number 5.
Why you kill somebody?
Zach Randolph and the Hoop family.
Zach Randolph?
That of Zachary McKinley Zebo Randolph, born and raised on the pitches of Marion, Indiana, is the perfect example of a double life. On one side, a professional basketball player with an impeccable track record and a large number of trophies to his name. On the other, a confirmed association with a criminal group known as the Hoop family. An official report released after the police were called to investigate a beating which took place at the athlete's mansion in 2011 thoroughly explains how Randolph purposely ignored a deputy sheriff until he had a gun aimed at his chest and might have been in contact with drug dealers while playing for the Memphis Grizzlies. Zebo also appeared to be in command of a small party of thugs, whom he would often use to do his bidding. While no charges were moved against the player following the events, and Randolph remains a prominent member of the NBA, the 158 pages made public by the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office leave little doubt on this athlete's tendency to live a boss-like life.
Damn, Zach
Number
Randolph?
4. J.R. Smith and the Bloods.
J.R. Smith!
Another prominent athlete
I did hear about it.
I did hear have been used to deduct his potential affiliation to a criminal gang is Earl Joseph J.R. Smith III, who currently plays the position of shooting guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Smith has often been considered as a member of the Bloods, a dangerous African-American supergroup that originated in Los Angeles in the 1970s. While one of his now removed intricate tattoos might have been a homage to the gang, the athlete often replaces the letter C with a K on Twitter, a practice that is particularly popular among members of the Bloods. There are no other indications that J.R. Smith might be actively involved with the clique's activities.
Just because he put the K?
As a direct result of this lack of evidence, we are forced to chalk this one up to a rumor someone might have spread to damage Smith's reputation, and consider the allegations nothing but an unfounded hoax. Number 3. DeSean Jackson and the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips.
Yeah, I heard it.
As we researched each player to compile today's list,
that's what they say,
we found some claims markedly easier to verify than others. After all, when the NFL decides to cut one of its most prominent members off, following their blatant association with a criminal group, there's little room for us to disprove the rumors. This was the case for DeSean Jackson, whose career with the Philadelphia Eagles came to an abrupt end in 2014. According to several reports in newspapers, the Eagles decided to part ways with Jackson following proven interactions between the latter and high-ranking members in the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips. The player was reportedly photographed alongside known criminals and even flashed a hand sign similar to those used by the Rollin' 60s while being broadcast on national television. DeSean Jackson's relationship with the gang didn't completely kill his career. The player went on to join the Washington Redskins later in 2014. That's what niggas from 60 said. 60 wasn't far from where I grew up. Buccaneers in both 2017 and 2018, and eventually joined the Eagles on March 13th, 2019. Number 2. Baron Davis and the Mad Swans Bloods. Bouncing straight to the other end of the spectrum, instead, we struggled to find anything more than speculation to confirm the widespread rumor of Baron Davis's association with the Mad Swans Bloods, one of the many subsets of the Bloods that currently roam the streets of South Los Angeles, where the former basketball player turned businessman spent most of his childhood. While Davis might have grown up in close contact with members of the Bloods and even directed Crips and Bloods Made in America, a documentary that details the life of young children in gang-controlled neighborhoods, there is nothing concrete to link him with the Mad Swans. On the contrary,
I could be on this list.
In an interview with the Dan Patrick Show, the athlete explained how joining a gang at the time was an automatic process that one could hardly escape. Davis also went on to define himself as neutral and briefly explained how his basketball skills allowed him to keep the peace between rival gangs.
That's a good thing.
Number 1.
Who's number 1?
Charles Jordan in the Family Swan Bloods.
I don't know Charles
Much
Jordan
like Baron Davis, now retired NFL wide receiver Charles Jordan also grew up in a gang-infested neighborhood of Los Angeles.
Damn, all of us did, bro.
Athlete, however, Jordan couldn't find the strength to stay away from the world of street crime.
Oh, shit.
After only a year spent at the Long Beach City College, where he had enrolled to play college football, the aspiring athlete was back on the streets of LA. Here, he joined the Family Swan Bloods, a decision he would later go on to describe as for life.
Oh,
Jordan
shit.
was shot 4 times while representing his gang, was repeatedly booked into county jail for minor offenses, and fully understood the error of his own ways. Regardless, the athlete from South LA would still go on to achieve a pretty respectable track record.
That's good, though.
Among the other teams he's been
At
a
least
part
he
of,
transcended
Jordan played
that,
for the
you
Los
feel
Angeles
what I'm saying?
Raiders in 1993, the Miami Dolphins from 1996 to 1998, and eventually joined the Memphis Maniacs in 2001. This was our list of sports stars affiliated with gangs.
Alright, shout out to y'all for a good video. This is a cool little video. A lot of them you didn't even know that they were really affiliated. They were just, oh, he grew up in this area, he could be, he could not be. With that speculation, like I said, they could have me on this list. I grew up Western and 80th, bro. A-Trade Gangsters right there. 6-0 right there. All my homies that I knew, they all gangbang. My elementary school was down the street. I told y'all, it was literally painted all blue, bro. Like, I swear. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people I knew bang. I just didn't because I was like, I don't want to be part of that life. What's the point of being part of that life?